Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcoming you to the RoyalQ University. My name is Dr. Sandra. I come before you today as your coach to give you a practical walkthrough session on how we are going to use a certain feature of RoyalQ. We are going to set up the API management for RoyalQ. We're going to bind RoyalQ APIs to Binance APIs. That is what this segment is for. So I want you to listen very attentively as I take you through this process. So before I go further, let me introduce you to something very special. I need you to please go to my YouTube channel, and on the bottom right hand part of the screen, you will see a button that says subscribe to this YouTube channel. Go ahead. I encourage you, I invite you, subscribe to this YouTube channel, the RoyalQ University. This is the channel where I'll endeavor to bring you news, hints, tricks, tips, bite-sized sessions, practical walkthroughs, masterclasses, AMA sessions, question and answer sessions on the platform RoyalQ. This platform is an AI trading bot platform. There's nothing else like this on the market in terms of price and in terms of simplicity and in terms of ease of understanding. And so I have dedicated to it and will be using this channel as my preferred medium of communicating training materials. At the bottom of the video, you will also note various links. I encourage you to sign up to RoyalQ today. Use my referral code, number 1. Number 2, I encourage you to connect to all of the social media pages that you see listed at the bottom of this video. Our YouTube, our TikTok, our Twitter, our Facebook, and even website, all other instances of social media presences. Connect to us because the content can be routed through any of this. Now, I would also encourage you to watch the rest of our videos. Of course, liking and commenting. If you have any questions, ask them at the bottom of the video. If you're looking for a particular video, by all means, pop the question on screen and let's see what we can do. So, we are growing. This channel is only about a few days old, and we are beginning to have more and more people join us. So I really am looking forward to having a huge community of people. I love doing this. So we are now going to go into RoyalQ. And as I mentioned earlier, the whole idea of today is to break down the API binding process for Binance. You are going to watch me live and follow the teaching as I show you how to connect your RoyalQ platform to the Binance platform in terms of the API, so that whenever you set your trade without issue, without problems, your trading bot can go ahead and pick up, the latest numbers, the latest prices from Binance, because prices are changing by the second, literally, in crypto. And you need that ability of prices to be generated in real time, not near real time, not afterwards, but in real time. So that's what this binding makes possible. So I'm going to go into the API binding option. And as I go into the option, we come to the API binding page. You will notice 3 listings, the latest being the COINBASE Pro, which just was effected a few days ago. The other exchange is for HUOBI. I already have got a video for that. I did that earlier today. I am hoping that you will seek that video out and see how it is we turned on the API. And then the third installment of exchange here is Binance. You can see it's still grayed out. So that's the focus of today, to be able to go through the API management and do the Binance API binding process. So let's hit it. Let's click on Binance. And here on Binance, you can see a number of things have popped on the screen. I want to draw your attention to this. Number one, this is the IP address. Next to it, it says copy. That means we are expected to do something with this IP address. We are expected to copy it. And as we go through this process, you'll understand why it is we need to copy it. The second user screen element is the API key. What is this API key? Where do we get it from? I'll be talking you through how we do that. The third installment is the secret key. What is the secret key? Where is the secret key from? What do we do with it? I'll be letting you understand. The other entry we need is the verification code. That verification code will be sent to the email address that you used to set up your RoyalQ account. So that's where we pick up that verification address from. And then RoyalQ expects users of the system to read the risk notice carefully, because crypto is very risk inclined, and as a user of the system, you need to be absolutely clear about what risks are entailed. And then last of all, we go ahead and we bind the API. What happens when we click on this is that a notice pops up. It's a risk warning. Crypto, as I said earlier, is particularly risky. And so what the organization wants to do is to make sure that you are clear in that. You are clear. So you coming to this screen represents that you have read the risk notice, you agree to it, you understand it, and you agree to it, the risks of using RoyalQ quantitative trading tools. Let me not alarm you. There's no harm. Your money is protected. You are protected. There will be no hacking. You will not suddenly wake up and all your investments are gone. No, that will not happen. And that's why I love this platform over and above every other type of crypto that I do. I do NFTs, I do memes, I do alts, I do DAOs, I do all the various different types of memes of crypto, but there's none that I find to be as safe as trading with the AI bot, because artificial intelligence is involved, because you will not lose your money, because you will not be cheated, because you don't give over the control of your wallet to anybody, because you cannot be rug pulled. So those are things that hold RoyalQ in high esteem. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us start the process by copying this IP address. I've pressed copy. Now I am going to go into Binance. Binance is the exchange, and we see a Merry Christmas message because, of course, we're 8 days away from Christmas, and it's a beautiful, nice, super screen. I do love the Binance screens. Now, a number of things to point out. When you come to this screen, you may be confused and you may be asking yourself, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? Well, this is what you do. First thing you do is you click on more. You click on more. So that's what we're going to do. We've clicked on more. Okay. Having clicked on more, we come to the services screen. Look at that. It's a services screen. And what do we do when we come to the services screen? We scroll, oh God. We scroll up. There's various segments. There's gifts and campaign, trade and finance information, help and support, and others. And look at it. What we are looking for is here. API management. this is what we are going to click on now. So once we click on that, it opens to us the API management settings screen. Fantastic. So we're going to now create our API by naming the API and then editing the API parameters. So without further ado, let's do that. Let's give this API we're about to create a name. I'm going to call it RoyalQ AI Trading Bot, and I'm going to call it JDK. After the trading master whose trade I want to connect to using this account. So we've done that. And then what is the next thing we're going to do? We are going to create the API. So let's do that. So RoyalQ AI Trading Bot JDK. Create API. Now, there's a number of things you need to know. That the business of creating APIs is very sensitive. So as a result of that, what RoyalQ expects is that you must verify yourself by way of verifying the telephone, verifying the email. API management is very sensitive. Very sensitive because if anybody gains access to your API, they can do and undo as far as your Binance account is concerned. So it's not something that is willy-nilly, it's something that must be thought through. So that's what Binance does, and that's why you are expected to be able to verify. So once we get to this page, there's no need to fear. First things first, I want to press, get my email verification code. I'm going to go to my email address. I'm going to go to my email address and I'm going to get that API information. Bear with me. I'm using another phone to get that to protect my details. So the code I need is 882760. Let's go. 882760. The next is the phone verification get code, and it's going to send that to my telephone. So let's have a look. 473546. Let's see. 473546. There you go. So after that, what do? We click on submit. So let's press submit. Whee! Look at that. API key created. Fantastic. We have created the API. Beautiful. So you can see that we've created the API. How? Look at the name. This is confirming. Look at the name of our API. Remember when we entered this name? That was the first thing we did on that API screen. So we've now created successfully the API. Fantastic. So what are we going to do now? We are now going to copy this API key. This key we're going to copy. We need that key to do something. We need that key for something. Remember when we were on the RoyalQ screen, it said APM, please enter API. That's what we want to copy now. So let's go back to Binance. And let's copy the API keys. Copy to clipboard. We come to RoyalQ. And then we enter that information. Boom. Secret key is the next thing we need to enter. We go to Binance. We expose the rest of the page. And look at that. It tells us there's something called the secret key. This is the secret key. Again, we need to copy it. So what do? We copy the secret key and we open our RoyalQ and we paste it. Next is the verification code. Remember what I said to you earlier. Verification code is the email address you use to set up your RoyalQ account. So we press send. So verification code has been sent successfully. So I'm going to go to the email address that I used to set up my RoyalQ account to fetch the code that has been sent to that email address. 515171. Let's go. Let's do this. 515171. Isn't it? We've read the risk carefully. And look at that. We are now going to bind. Let's do this. Boom. Ooh, it says invalid. So let's do the verification code again. I think that's where the mistake is coming from. Let's do, it says retry after 80 seconds. All right, bear with me. What I'm going to do is delete everything just to make sure. Just to make sure. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, okay, enter AP, copy that. Okay, API key, copy. Paste. Secret key. Copy. Paste. Verification code. Let's just give that a few more seconds. It still says retry after 180, so it wasn't up to 180 seconds. So let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. So, but basically you can see that there's a process. We've copied the IP address from Binance. We have copied in here the API key. We've copied in here the secret key, and what we're now trying to do is to get the verification code. Just give it a few more seconds. If I could just say one or two things about Binance. You know, Binance is very secure. Up until about 3 days ago, you could have a Binance account and transact business in it without needing to verify yourself. Well, the regulators have been coming down heavy on the exchanges. And as you know, Binance is the world's #1 exchange. Honestly, it is. And so many things they used to allow people do before, they can't allow people do that now. So one of the things they've now made mandatory, which used to be non-optional before, which used to be optional before, is that they are now forcing people to verify themselves. Now, a lot of people are very sensitive about giving away their details. Some people don't want the government being able to track their activities online, crypto activities online, because as you know, governments are looking for ways to tax people. So some people hate that KYC. KYC is know your customer. Know your customer is when you ask the customer certain sensitive questions. Questions that means that customers have to tender their life documents and sensitive documents. Not everybody likes to do that. Not everybody wants to do that. You know, some people will not give information, and you can't blame them. People have been, subjected to various frauds and various thefts of identities and all sorts. And people, this life, things happen. So some people are more reluctant than others to give away their information. But for those of you that do not mind, know this, that Binance is it's a secure, there's nothing like, somebody else is going to be handed over your wallet, or that anybody else would have access to your API. You can see the level of security that I'm being required to undertake. Even as I go through this process, it's not an easy process. But you can see that, Binance is on your side. The exchange is on your side. It's trying to protect your money. It's trying to make sure thieves and scammers and scam artists and rock pullers don't get to it. That's why all of this is necessary. But the beautiful thing is that once you set your API, that's it. You don't have to set it 10 times. Once is it. So let's press send. That's it. Let me now go to my email to dig up the information sent by RoyalQ. $737,607. Let's go. 737,607. It says check the permission address. Okay. Let's get an understanding of what's going on. Okay, edit. That's it. Okay, we've selected enable spot margins. Copy the AI key. Copy that key. We're going to select this, restrict API. Okay. So let's go back to RoyalQ. So let's bind this. Okay, seems to be something wrong. Okay, we've entered the IP address there. So let's confirm. Okay. Let's go back to our RoyalQ address and bind. Why is this not agreeing? Says AP is invalid. Okay. Let's save this. Okay. Bear with me as I try to sort this out. Okay. Let's get the code. Oh 99043. Let's go. 099043. Edit API success. Fantastic. So this API has been created. Fantastic. We have created this API. Parameters have been accepted on the Binance interface. We'll come to the RoyalQ interface and let's bind. Bound successfully. Whee! Woohoo! So basically, before you can finish it up on RoyalQ interface, the system wants you to be absolutely finished. You must create the API on Binance. You must finalize that process on Binance before you finalize it on RoyalQ interface. You can't want to just create an API half and half. You can't start it on Binance and then start it on RoyalQ without finalizing it on Binance. No, you start it in RoyalQ, you go to Binance, you create the API, you finalize the process of the API in Binance, you acquire the necessary information, the API and the secret key. You also go ahead and you select enable margin trading. And then you make sure that you select restrict access to trusted IPs only. You can see what I meant earlier when I say that, you can't just allow access from any IP address. Binance is making sure that you're in safe hands and you're secure. And it's only after doing that that you can save and confirm the API. Then you can come to RoyalQ and finalize. And we can see that finalization means that our API has been bound in Binance. So as I speak to you, we now have two operational APIs. One API binded to Binance and the other API binded to HUOBI. So I hope this learning experience has been worth it. I hope that you have maximized your learning from this. Please love the video, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and by all means, let's the future is bright. Let's do business. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your kind and rapt attention. So we are getting ready to trade. The next video will see me connect to the next video will see me connect to the master tradesman strategy, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye for now.